GlobalNet. Welcome. Do participate in the net. I would first of all like to thank the trustees of 9H-1 UHF-R and also 9H-1 DMR, and of course thank them for providing the services and the use of the off-boat repeaters. I would also like to thank Anthony, 9H5FA. He puts a lot of behind-the-scenes work. And last but not least, everybody who is participating in this net or going to participate in this net this evening. Is there any emergency traffic? Hearing none, QST, QST, QST. I am now going to stand by for a few seconds for any announcements pertinent to the net. 9H1FBS net control. Hearing none, I am now going to call for check-ins for the 9H-HAM GlobalNet. So far we have 9H1FBS and 9H5 Fox Alpha. Please use the phonetic alphabet slowly and twice with your call sign and name. Come now.
November 7, Alpha Papa Whiskey, Jerry.
Nine Hotel 1 Tango Lima, name is Chris.
This is 9 Hotel 1 Foxtrot Bravo Sierra. I acknowledge 9 Hotel 5 Fox Alpha, N7 November 7 Alpha Papa Whiskey, Jerry, and 9H1 Tango Lima, Chris. Are there any more checkers? Please come now. Hearing none, I'm going to pass the microphone over to 9 Hotel 5 Foxtrot Alpha. Go ahead, Anthony.
Thank you, Net Control. 9H1FBS. This is 9H5FA. Seem to have a small group today. News. Just while I'm talking, we might be getting someone else very soon because I'm seeing someone logging into Jitsi. So we might have another check-in soon. We've been through some very cold temperatures over the weekend, and they've subsided a bit, but most people, I think, were staying inside, unless you're the super adventurous type, staying inside with heated environments. Although I've spoken to someone today who on one of the coldest days, which was last Saturday, went on a running trek of 17 kilometers in 2 hours. was an A listener. Yeah, I'm trying to pick up if there's any updates on the ISS Malta link, but I can't seem to find any particular update. So I'm not sure about that. Need to talk to 9 Hotel 1 Tango Sierra. Otherwise, all is fine. Well, I'll pass the mic on back to Net Control. 9 Hotel 1 Foxtrot Bravo Sierra. This is 9 Hotel 5 Foxtrot Alpha.
Very good, Anthony. Thank you very much for your input. I'll pass the microphone now to November 7 Alpha Papa Whiskey. Take it away, Jerry.
Yeah, Roger, Charlie, 9 Hotel 1, Fox Bravo Sugar with the 9H-HAM GlobalNet, November 7 Alpha Papa Whiskey returning. Good evening to everybody, especially those who are listening. And let's see, the weather is now nice, so to speak. It's a sunny day. A few days ago, we got about 13 inches of snow, but that's been shoveled away. And the temperature currently is about -1 or -2 degrees Celsius, but tomorrow we're promised 8 Celsius. So here comes summer again. Not much to say here. Yeah, I'd like to hear whether Chris and the school have gotten another appointment with the space station to carry on a conference. I think that's very interesting indeed. And Anthony, when it comes back to you, I wonder if you got the correct code to disconnect 9H1 DMR from 9H1 UHF after the net is done. What else is going on? Not much, really. Pass it back to Net Control for now. I'm sure I'll remember something else. 9 Hotel 1, Fox Bravo Sugar with the 9H-HAM GlobalNet, November 7 Alpha Papa Whiskey.
Much. Very, very good. Yeah. Rather you than me, that snow. Can't imagine me living in snow. But, of course, one does get used to the environment which he or she lives in. So with that, I'll pass it over to Chris to make his transmission, and then I'll pause for any more check-ins. 9 Hotel 1 Tango Lima, 9H1 FPS. Go ahead.
Yes, from 9 Hotel 1 Tango Lima, from my handheld at home through the repeater. About to have dinner soon, and after this I'm going to go do some cleaning in the garage, much needed cleaning. Lately there's been some earthquakes locally, but I have not felt even one, to be honest, except the cat must notice the earthquakes because he goes nuts during the time other people seem to feel them. I did see some photos of cracks in the pavement in Slema, but I cannot confirm whether they are the results of the quake. If true, then there is an effect on our pavements, one wonders what is happening to the foundations of our homes, especially now that most people are inside because of the bitter cold. Over the last 3 days, so as far as I know, there have been no further earthquakes, so I'm hopeful we won't be hearing of any damage related to that. Back to Net Control, 9H1 FBS from 9 Hotel 1 Tango Lima.
Okay, sorry about that. There is some sort of interference going on. I couldn't get in. Stand by one. Thank you very much, Chris, for your input. Yes, we did have earthquakes. Certain people in Sleman did feel them, but I did not. Maybe they just missed me, HI. So, with that, I will call for furthers for the 9H-HAM GlobalNet. This is 9H1 Foxtrot Bravo Sierra, net control. The check-in.
Hotel 1 Foxtrot Bravo Sierra. This is 9 Hotel 1 Sierra Fox, 9 Hotel 1 Sierra Fox. Operator name is Stephen. Microphone back to you.
Net control acknowledges 9H1 Sierra Fox. Another pause. Are there any more check-ins for the 9H-HAM GlobalNet? Nothing heard so far, so I'll pass the microphone. You came in just in time, Steve. The mic is yours, 9H1 FBS.
One FBS, 9 Hotel 1 Sierra Fox returning. Okay, nothing much to report, Charles. Nothing much to report. Like Anthony said, you know, the weather was a bit cold. On the island because of the dampness, so obviously makes things even harder. Nothing to say. Still on the island, supposedly going away again soon. Some train. Anyway, phone back to you there, net controller, and thank you for controlling tonight. 9 Hotel 1 FBS. This is 9 Hotel 1 Sierra Fox.
Yeah, okay, Roger, Steve. Try to use a bit more voice. We old people, you know, sometimes we don't hear everything, but I used to hear a lot. I don't anymore. Old age setting in. Anyway, let me pass it back over to Anthony to make another transmission, and I will pause once in a while for any more check-ins. But it seems that in winter we have less check-ins than during other seasons. 9H5FA, 9H1FBS. Jerry did ask you a question, so I'll leave it in your hands.
Yes, with the 9H-HAM GlobalNet. This is 9H5FA. Okay, so I have two comments. First of all, to answer Jerry's query, yes, I do have the code to disconnect the two repeaters now, and I've tried it out and it works. The only problem is that the way it works is that it disconnects first the last person connected. So if after the net is over, I key in the code and send it the TMF tones, it will not disconnect immediately the DMR repeater. It will rather disconnect the last person who connected by echo link. Which means that if any people wish to remain connected on echo link after the net, what will happen is I'll be disconnecting them. And then after setting the code again, I will disconnect the ones connected prior to that. And finally, I get back to the repeater, because the repeater was the first connected, right? So, and then there's another option to disconnect everything at once. But that means I'll disconnect the repeater and anyone else who's talking at that time through the line going across between both repeaters. So I haven't done that. I've let it time out as usual before. So the other thing regarding the live contact with the International Space Station, the website, the YouTube page for the live contact says it will be live in 16 days and says it is scheduled for the 18th of February. Now I have asked the owner of this Facebook page whether he can ask Trevor, 9H-1 Tango Sierra, whether he can connect and provide us with any information on this. I understand that he's going to try to connect to this net. I'm not sure if he actually can do it, but he told me he's going to try and connect to this net and tell us about it. So back to net control, and we might have another check-in. This is 9 Hotel 5 Foxtrot Alpha, Mike back to net control, 9 Hotel 1 Foxtrot Bravo Sierra.
Well, I'll just call for another time. If there are any more check-ins, please come now. 9H1 FBS listening.
Good evening. This is 9 Hotel 5 Tango Sierra Mobile via Echo. Driving on my way. This is Trevor. I'm driving on my way to see the comet quickly, and I've been contacted by Tony to then provide you with an update on the ISS communication. So this is Trevor. Roger.
Yeah, okay, Trevor. As you are mobile, I'm going to give you top priority, and you can go ahead with your transmission now. You're coming in no problem into the repeater. Very good evening to you, Trevor. Take it away.
Thank you, Net Control. I truly appreciate. And thank you, Tony, for letting me know about the net. I'm sorry I couldn't join you as per schedule. Yes, just a quick update. We're going to attempt the second try after we've been cancelled because of the leak that the International Space Station had on the transport module. And we're going to try another second contact at Stella Maris College. We will be live on YouTube. And it's expected that the date is likely to be the 18th of February. The 18th of February, so that's quite soon, but we're awaiting confirmation from the RS team and NASA. So make sure you keep in tune with the YouTube page of Trevor Samud, that's my name and surname, and the website and on Facebook on the Marl webpage. So all the news and updates will be provided there, and you can see them there as well. You can also find me on Facebook or Trevor Samud, and I'll post publicly there. You can follow me for updates on the station. You can follow the whole event online, and there'll be live chat enabled as well for the contacts. We'll see how to make that. The tickets will be available as well for free for radio amateurs, and I'll create a form later on for you to fill in. So that's the latest news. Wish us luck. The whole RS team is really excited to do it again. And yeah, we're not giving up easily. Over.
I will spell your surname just in case there's anybody who does not know how to spell Samut. It's Sierra Alpha Mike Uniform Tango. Sierra Alpha Mike Uniform Tango. So look for Trevor Samut on Facebook, and there will be updates. Do you have an estimate time when it is going to start in GMT?
Yes, Roger. It's likely going to be in the afternoon, but we're still awaiting the orbital lock, so we're not too sure yet, and the date might change as well. towards more closer to the event. So truly and really, it's a bit too early to say with exactness, and it also could be on a Wednesday. But in all likeliness, it's going to be on the Friday, a 60-degree pass. Roger?
Copied. Friday, 60 degrees, 60 degrees pass. Is that correct?
That's correct. That's correct. It will be around 60 degrees, which would be an optimal pass to point at with directional antennas from Stella Maris College of Gzira. Stella Maris College of Gzira. You can see the whole thing on YouTube if you search my name. It's Trevor, Tango Romeo Echo, Victor, Oscar Romeo. Trevor is the name, and the correct surname, yes, is Samut, as you spelled it correctly. Sierra Alpha Mike Uniform Tango. Go to my channel on YouTube and you can subscribe, and you will be notified in real time once the event is online.
Thank you very much. So we'll go. Yes, I will. I will subscribe to your channel on YouTube. Thank you very much, Trevor, and thanks for coming in to give us the information. So it will probably be on the 18th. That would be, I presume, very close to our next meeting on this GlobalNet. Does anybody have any questions whilst Trevor is still here?
Private phase.
NH5 Fox Alpha, make your transmission, please.
Thank you, that's control. This is 9H5FA. 9H5PS, Trevor. The 18th is a Saturday, not a Friday. So I'm assuming you're referring to the 17th, correct? Not to the successive Friday, to the Friday before. So we're talking about the Friday 17th or Wednesday 15th, possibly, as potential likely date. Is that correct? 9H1 FBS with the 9H-HAM GlobalNet. This is 9H5FA.
Correction, yes, Tony, you're right. It would be 17, a Friday, 17. I'm sorry, it's because I'm mobile and driving at the moment, on my way to Dingley to see this rare green comet, hopefully with the naked eye. We see what we can see. Yeah, that's correct, 17. Now you will be sure when the exact time is, because I'll leave a countdown on the YouTube live video. So, but you have to subscribe to the YouTube channel to know, or just, you know, click it and check from time to time. But it's convenient to subscribe because you get the notices there. Thank you, Tony, for pointing that out. 17, it's a Friday.
Does anybody else have any more questions, please?
9H5FA again. One final thing, Trevor. There are some colleagues of mine, not radio amateurs, but colleagues of mine who were actually interested in following this activity on YouTube. Can I point out this information? I mean, is it public at this stage? Can I sort of tell them to look out and sort of keep those 2 dates potentially available? I've been asked even by some students, you know, I mean, and even some colleagues of mine, and saying, "Oh, this is interesting." So I can pass on this information, right? I can understand, like, it's on YouTube anyway, so it's public. 9H, just confirm, please, Trevor. 9H5. Sorry, this is back to net control. This is 9 Hotel Pi Foxtrot Alpha.
I can sense the excitement, Tony. You can tell them, but of course the disclaimers that once again we might get cancelled, hopefully not. It's a rare thing to happen, but you know, I have to say it always. And you can tell them it's likely going to be on a Friday on the 17th of February. We'll be rehearsing for a whole week non-stop to set up our equipment again, and the team is very excited. Your stopping point or referral point is always YouTube on the channel of Trevor Samud, and in the posters that I will be releasing there will be a QR code which you can scan and you can subscribe to the channel and even watch it at the convenience of your home and your mobile phone with the headphones, and so no issues there. So you have the subscribe to YouTube. And so I can tell you, Tony, and the latest information will be there with the live chat support as well.
Thank you very much. Thanks, Trevor. Thanks for joining, even though you're you're mobile and doing a number of things at the same time. And enjoy your comment this evening. I read about that actually, but I stayed home. Back to net control. This is 9 Hotel 5 Fox Hotel. Thanks a lot. Thanks a lot, Trevor.
Okay, may I take it, please? I have another idea. Anthony, when we get the confirmation, you might use the usual channel. You know, you send emails to everybody to announce this net, and just put a reminder there to all the members who are subscribed to the 9H-HAM Global list. Okay, very, very good. Thank you very much, Trevor. That's very much appreciated. I can imagine if it's a clear night out there, and I presume that it is, you will have really, really good vision or view of this comet that you're going to watch this evening. Good luck.
Thank you, guys. I appreciate it. Thank you, Net Control, for the priority. Microphone back to you. Thank you so much. Have a nice evening.
And that's a big announcement. It's an honor to have Malta connecting with the International Space Station, and it would be foolish of me not to give you priority, my friend. So enjoy. So next online is my dear brother, November 7, Alpha Papa Whiskey. After you, I will take another pause for checkers. Jerry, go ahead.
Yeah, very good, Charlie. That's always exciting. And if we get a copy of Trevor's poster with the QR code, we could also post it on the on the Facebook page or website of all the different clubs around the island too. That could generate some more interest because it's of interest. I'm just curious about this comet. Is it the comet? I think I heard Trevor say it's a green light, and I'm thinking, oh, they're going to see the Aurora Borealis tonight. And don't be surprised, you know. The last time I saw the only time I saw the Aurora Borealis was from a latitude that was supposedly, quote unquote, they told me, no way, yes way. Sometimes these phenomena happen. So I'm curious about listening to what's happening tonight in the skies as well. Charlie, go ahead.
He was mobile. I'll try to give him another transmission. Maybe he could explain to us. Could be the Aurora, yeah. Trevor, if you're still there, can you explain the green light you're going to watch this evening, please? Over.
Hey guys, yeah, I'm still here, just some intermittent connection on 4G. No, negative, it's not green, it's not the green lights as in Aurora Borealis. If that had to happen, your radios would be flashed out with all the voltages and currents in the atmosphere up to these latitudes, so that would be a disaster. No, the comet, I forgot the name, it's a numbered name, is one that has an orbit of 50,000 years, and it's particularly green. Seems to have some copper content in it, or gases, and it emits a bit of a greenish light. Normally, you'll capture the green hue of it if you take long exposure photography of it. I'll see what I can manage to capture with my. It's just eyeball astronomy tonight. It's just eyeball astronomy. It's very cold, but yeah, it's not an opportunity to be missed. And today and tomorrow it will be the brightest and the closest to us. Roger?
Go ahead, Jerry.
Oh, very good. Thank you very much. Thank you, Trevor. Thank you, Anthony, and everybody else. Interesting information. I love to watch the aurora. Luckily now we're so connected on the internet that there are live feeds from at this time of the year from Norway and Sweden and Denmark, and basically just about every night there's a nice spectacle that happens, and I can watch it online. I'm too far south, although I live in Wyoming. I'm too far south to catch the aurora on a regular basis. Once in a blue moon, just once in the blue moon, we see the edges of it, but not very often. And then obviously as the seasons change, you can catch the aurora from the southern hemisphere as well. And so it's very interesting how connected the world is. All right, thank you. Thanks for the information, everybody. It's an exciting net. 9H-1FBS with the 9H-HAM GlobalNet, November 7, Alpha Papa Whiskey.
Okay, thank you very much. Are there any more check-ins? I'm going to take a short pause. That's that noise again. Anyway, we do seem to have, maybe it's the comet making the noise, I don't know. 9 Hotel 1 Tango Lima, would you like to make another transmission, please? Over.
(9H-1FBS) from 9 Hotel 1 Tango Lima. Yes, I noted the correction in the date, and I subscribe to Trevor's YouTube channel. Looking forward to that. So basically that's it from me. Thanks everyone for all the information. Back to net control, 9H-1FBS from 9 Hotel 1 Tango Lima, Chris.
The things we do for science. It's cold and he's going to watch it. I said, that's the spirit. I would suggest that this would be put on the local news, because it is very, very I think it's very important, actually. You know, I mean, this is a small island, and then we get the chance to talk to the International Space Station. I think it should be put on the news, and of course, they'll have. I know that Stella Maris College, since years ago, had a very active astronomy studies of astronomy, and of course a group. So they seem to be going on. I have a friend who used to teach another school which is affiliated with Stella Maris, and I'm sure that she will be very happy to gain some knowledge of this news. So there you go. Oh boy. It is very exciting. It is very exciting, and I say this as a Maltese person, and of course as a person who, although I cannot watch astronomy, but I am still interested in it. 9H1, go ahead, Steve. 9H1, oh boy. Sierra Foxtrot, go ahead.
Hotel 1 SBS, 9 Hotel 1 over TA, over. My last over for this evening because I am very tired, and I will call it a day, I think. I had rehearsal, dancing lesson today, and a bit tired now. So I'll say 73s to all, and good evening, and thank you for this net again, once again. And Anthony, if you have any updates for me, you know how to get in contact with me anyway. So for now, I'll say 73s to all, and I'll pass the microphone back to you, net controller. 9 Hotel 1 FBS, 9 Hotel 1 Sierra Fox.
Tired today, Steve. Did you say you had a dancing lesson, or was it a dancing practice?
Dancing lesson, 2 hours. We're doing 4 hours a week at the moment. 4 hours a week, and we're just going through some fine tuning some of the routines there and whatever. But anyway, okay, that's all. Yeah, dancing lesson. I had a dancing lesson there. 901 FBS, 901 Sierra Fox.
You know, Steve, I have an idea. Maybe one of these nets, you could tell us something about what you do. Okay, it's not amateur radio related, but it is related to an amateur person, to you. So maybe you should prepare something along those lines, and we'll put it on the net one of these days. That might be it will be very, very interesting for me. And I think about it. Good night, Steve, and thank you very much for coming in to say hello and also to participate in the net. I'm going to check one last time for check-ins, and then we'll make the final round. 9H1 FBS, net control for the 9H-HAM GlobalNet, is now standing by for a few seconds. Illum se nagħmel xi ħaġa li forsi ma tantx nagħmilha, peress li qegħdin Maltin biss hawnhekk, naħseb illi jekk tridu nistgħu naqalbu bil-Malti. Nawguralek, Trevor, li jirnexxielek tara il-kometa llejla, u naturalment issa jekk ma toġobkomx bil-Malti jgħiduli nerġa' naqleb, ta' mhix problema, għandi switcha u naqleb bil-Malti għall-Ingliż jiġifieri. Anyway, dal-għodu kena net fuq id-DMR, ħadseb f'net fuq id-DMR. Waqt il-ħin ta' xogħol allura ma tantx tistgħu tieħdu selfie fit-8 ta' filgħodu ħin tagħna. U tkellmu fuq xiġrilhom is-sinjali meta jitilqu mit-transmitters tagħna, and it was a very, very interesting discussion. Very, very interesting discussion. Ħafna interessanti kienet. U ħadna gost ħafna. U daw affarijiet bħal astronomija. Il-blieda li jistudja l-kwikeb minn mindu naħseb minn mindu ġie fuq wiċċ l-art. Hu da inti Anthony għaxitni bissek. 9H1 FBS għal 9H5 FA.
H1 FPS, 9H5 FA. Il-comments really nara sort of news clips fuq there something big big fi sens mhux fis-sajs tal-kometa fis-sens tal-event. It's been discovered in March 2022, so less than a year ago, and its orbit is such that it passes close to the Earth once every 50,000 years. 50,000 years. And there's something particular about it, that it burns with a greenish tinge, apparently, because of the material which is burning, basically which it's composed of. Actually, there are a couple of websites which track it and give different viewing times from different parts of the world. And actually, the Maltese time is tonight, between around 1st and 2nd February. Well, I might see it on YouTube. I'm not going to live 50,000 years to have a chance to see it again, but it's apparently quite a unique event. So, Trevor, I know Trevor is extremely interested in astronomy, so I can understand perfectly well that he will do his utmost to go and see it. 9H-1FBS, 9H-1FA.
Nine H5FA, 9H-1FBS. Għandek third party interference hemmhekk u qed jistema' tajjeb ta' issa jisimgħu l-kelb ta' ġeru jibda jimbaħdak ukoll. Good. That's very good. Well, jiena kallarit jumejn oħra se jġibu li kanarin. Jew kanali jgħidu l-Malti, kanarin, kanal, whatever. Issa naraw x'jiġri. Jekk joħroġ kif naħseb jien, I think sa jkollna ftit storbju mhux ħażin hawnhekk, imma dak storbju sabiħ, ma ngħidu storbju, melodija ngħidilha. Ħanaddi għal il-ġeri għax naħseb jidher li huwa mis-sussa. Tkellmu biex tridu bil-Malti bl-Ingliż ħawad no problem. Aħjar għax nieħdu iktar prattika. APW 9H-1FBS.
Well, I'd suggest that if there's no more traffic for the net, we close the net and then chit-chat, Charlie. The net should be in English, and it should stay in English simply because we're also recording it on YouTube, and for those people who couldn't attend, especially people who do not speak Maltese and want to listen to a replay of the net, then we get a bit lost there. So let me pass it back to you. Maybe you should close the net and then we can chit-chat. 9H-1FBS with the 9H-HAM GlobalNet, November 7, Alpha Papa Whiskey.
Okay, point taken. Are there any more remarks from anybody else in English? 9H-1FBS. What we were saying in Maltese was that everybody is very enthusiastic about the comet this evening. It is the 2nd of February. I do wish you, Jerry, a very good Groundhog Day. And in Malta we have the same tradition. It isn't Groundhog Day, but this day they call it Gandlora, or Candlora, comes from candle, Candlemas in English. And they in olden times they used to gauge whether winter is going to continue for a long time or a short time. So I guess it's practically the same transmission. If there are no more remarks for the net, I will close the net, and then, well, if you want to stay here and chit-chat, it's okay. By the way, just as a side point to what you said earlier, Anthony, I go to a net every Saturday on blind cams, and they do the same thing when they disconnect the repeaters or other echo links, everybody is disconnected, and then they all come back in and have a chat afterwards. So if there is no more business for the net, I will close the net. Okay, I would like to thank you all for participating this evening. Again, I will mention the trustees, the repeater trustees of both 9H-1 DMR link and also 9H-1 UHF for giving us the facility to use the repeaters. I will now close the net down. This has been the 9H-HAM GlobalNet. And we will meet again on the 16th of February at 1900 UTC, 1900 Zulu, 2000 Central European Time. This net is now closed.